Hello and welcome back to another episode of The Expanse season finale, season 1, episode 10, called The Leviathan Wakes. I've been very excited to watch this because it's been like a week and it's been a very busy week and I have not had a chance to actually sit down and watch it. I did go to a convention though. I'll put some pictures up of that. That was fun, saw some people, did a dance. Didn't get enough sleep, but I had a good time. Anyway, Expanse. I've been left on a cliffhanger for like a week, so I'm not going to have much preamble. I want to get in and watch it. I got a new camera angle. Let me know what you think. I had a video call this morning, so I kind of moved my camera around, and I think I like this better. Let me know. What do you guys think? Did you prefer it where it was? I am aware that now when I'm looking at my recording, I'm not looking at the camera because the camera was like above where my recording is, but now it's on my main monitor. Anyway, Expanse. So, quick recap. Last episode we kind of learned some things. We saw what happened to Julie. We learned that someone wants to set this bioweapon off in Eros so that no one will notice, and that was why the conflict between Earth and Mars was being ramped up so that no one would notice what's happening on Eros. What was happening on Eros being the bioweapon released, and somehow radiation seems to speed it up. I had a theory that maybe they're activating this bioweapon specifically for the crystals because Julie grew some crystals out of her mouth. The whole asteroid settlement is on lockdown, so they can't leave. And Holden and Miller just got blasted by a whole lot of radiation. And yeah, we learned something about a new fusion core of some description. Something was developed on Earth. The fleet of ships that destroyed the Canterbury was developed on Earth. So someone from Earth and Mars, and Julie's father who's from the moon, which is related to Earth, it's kind of Earth as well, is all involved in whatever the heck is going on here. Now, that's enough rambling. I want to get into this. Let's start the episode and see what happens, because I have been waiting for a week.
These CPM guys are a bunch of gangsters.
The Dutch angles and the
I don't know what game they're playing.
Off-kilter
They're working for someone else.
cameras.
Hardcore mercenaries.
Again,
Amazing.
which is why the OPA uses them as smuggling routes. On every station. Eros included.
She's
Get us into
definitely
them,
OPA.
and
And
I'll get us
was.
through them.
She was OPA. I don't know if she still is,
Okay.
but she was.
Okay, I got CPM over.
Oh, they're gonna evacuate people?
Please.
That was a weird shot.
You told your crew to take off without you? Dick.
Yeah?
First time anywhere.
I love how they're both expecting the other one to be more experienced. And they're both like, nah. We have no idea what we're doing. Everyone is making this up as we go.
Do you have children?
Not as far as I know.
Sooner or later they disappoint you.
Is that Julie's
Few are
father?
as fortunate
No.
as Julie Mao.
No, we saw Julie's father in the last
She was
episode.
blessed. She'll make her father very proud.
And then the cut to her lying dead. Or we get the full opening again. I need to find this playlist at some point, because I will absolutely jam out to this soundtrack. It's so pretty. We still haven't seen what happened to that Dion guy. Did he die, or is he actually going to get picked up one day? He's not sounding too good. Ugh. Yummy. Holden just looks absolutely disgusted there. No concern at all. He's just like, ugh. Why are you vomiting up blood?
I've never shot anyone. Half the system thinks you're some kind of outlaw hero, but you're really kind of clueless, aren't you? Well, then thank God I got you here.
I'm gonna have to I've got thoughts about Miller's hair and his hat and his mental state and how those three things work together, but I'm not quite sure how to articulate them yet. That's a lot of blood.
Your way out of here. A conduit, something behind the walls. Look around.
These two work so well together because
Grew up in a goddamn pachinko parlor.
they feed into
Shit, don't want to die in one.
that they
Optimism is inspiring.
Optimism. Assholes. And earthers.
scrape off each other's weaknesses.
You know what's up. He said, you want to be an ass? You want to be a boot?
And which one are you now?
Oh.
Which one are you now?
Sorry, kid.
Was that him just wiping his lip, or was that part of the sign language? Belter sign language. Oh my gosh. These two are such a good combination. Oops.
The last 2 years, every last one of them has found its way to Tycho Station. And Fred Johnson. Christian, your investigation into the opiate smugglers was instrumental in uncovering all of this. And in fact...
But if it was Chris Johnson, then why would he broadcast the information that led and pointed directly back to him?
Our people have been tracking those exact fusion drives for some time now.
For how long?
Several weeks. I just reviewed the entire report myself.
Oh, he's absolutely behind it.
I always liked this side of you.
She's
Secretary
not
General's
being
convening
sincere.
an emergency meeting with our key contractors to discuss security, and you need to join us.
Of course.
Ah, there you are. Right on time, as usual.
Ah.
Admiral, sir. Christian Avasarala, I trust you remember Jules Pierremal.
It's a pleasure to see you again.
So
For
they're
me as
working
well,
together. And Christian is figuring that out.
Kid? Take care of her.
Just gonna say, I want to see how Amos interacts with kids, because I feel like he'd be someone
Don't slow me down.
who is very good with kids, even though he doesn't want to be. She knows what she's doing.
Look, if you ain't over your head, you better say.
All the CPM patrol routes are in the guy's comm.
We'll
be able to that's stay out of useful.
sight.
Know just where to shoot.
Transit pods are out. Long way to the docks.
Miller is a lot more affected by that radiation than
Hear that?
Holden is.
What?
Emergency system. Stopped.
Well, everything must be okay then.
Oh,
Oh, God.
oh, fun. Yeah, no, I agree with that statement. Please exit the pod, guys. Whew.
Like Julie. Damn station.
Oh, yay, zombies.
We gotta find out.
Oh, yay. That's just what you want to hear when you're in an underground maze in an asteroid full of zombies. What are they doing to poor Julie? Oh, please don't be actually zombies. Ooh,
We're going the right way.
that was interesting. It's spiraled. Ugh. Don't lose the kid. Don't lose the kid. Oh, he's gonna get infected, isn't he?
I'm good.
We have a random red shirt that is not part of the cast and hasn't been given a name. He's definitely not good.
Molly? Where are you, Molly?
Well, this is terrifying.
I need you to come back
Oh,
with
has
me.
she been infected?
Can't stay here.
What was wrong with that lady?
She was sick.
She be
Tara, Molly. Say Tara.
We got company. Heard of?
We got company.
Oh, same line.
Hey,
Oh, I love this. Just the way that the callousness in the way Miller responds, and the way Holden isn't fully reacting to it, but you know something's going on in his head.
There's a hospital on level 9. Her
No.
uncle is a doctor there.
No,
Whatever
hospital
it
is a
it's not
bad
sickness.
idea.
Something else.
Hospital is
You
going to
get
be
you off
ground
this
zero.
This is our home. We'll be safe at the hospital.
There's no safe place here.
We're going with them.
Yeah.
Let's take care of her.
Her place is with her family.
Oh no.
Shukri. Be brave.
That one hit a bit too close to home for Naomi.
Whoa, hey, hey.
Oh,
Boys,
Kenzo.
me. You're going the right way to the docks, okay? I'm heading that way myself.
Yeah, I don't know, saying it's
I'm
me
sorry about what
is
happened.
very much defense against him
thought
at this
I was
point,
helping
guy.
you guys. They tricked me.
Did he? Did
Come on, I almost
they?
got blasted getting out of that lobby, too.
You were saying something about help.
All the ships are on now. You gotta think about your crew. Okay, okay. I'm putting my life in your hands. Okay? You're not a killer. You're a good man.
Tell me why I'm a good man.
Yes. Yes.
Say something.
Sorry. Brief aside. You're a good person is one of my biggest pet peeves in media. Like, whenever someone says you're a good person, it's one of my biggest... I hate it. I'm making a video essay on it one day, on why I hate it so much. And I love that Holden is like, yeah, nah. Tell me why. Why am I good? And I love that that is not the message of the episode. It's just something Kenzo is saying because he's scared. And that is a good way to use you're a good person or you're a good man. When it's a character saying it and not the narrative. Anyway, an aside, one day I'll get that video essay out.
That way. I have a family.
A wife. And little kids. A goldfish. You tell me about them the next time I see you.
You can't leave me here. You've seen what's happening. This is a death sentence.
Yeah.
Holden?
Ooh. See, on the same branch of Kenzo saying, of Holden asking Kenzo, like, say that to me next time you see me, like, say that to me when you're not fighting for your life. Would Holden have made the same choice to chase him off on a different day when he's not dealing with all the trauma and the terror of what's happening now? they're both making decisions based on fear, and that isn't necessarily what they would do if they're not acting out of fear. Oh, that was a good scene. Elevator shaft. This is not horror genre at all.
You need to go to Luna for a while. Take the little ones.
She's gonna do something.
Frank knew those drives were stolen. He didn't commit suicide.
I love that she's actually got her husband in on the loop.
Aaron Wright really did have Frank.
She's still absolutely
So long
gorgeous,
as I play a familiar role,
even when
a
she's in
stubborn
casual.
old woman.
That was a cute scene. They made it.
We're good.
He's gone. I think he might have been infected. We're better off.
Ooh.
What did you do?
We're better off.
Ooh. Interesting.
What happens when we take too much of this stuff?
Possible anxiety, skin rash, sudden death.
Fastest way to my ship is through all of them.
Act natural.
Run, but less people to shoot through.
Just how it on, act natural. We'll be fine.
Yet.
How the hell did you guys get your hands on a Martian gunship?
Legitimate salvage.
Yeah, that's not by me. Let's get the hell out of here. So if we stick around here, we run the risk of getting killed.
He's right.
It's interesting
We
that
I don't need some goddamn thing.
Naomi, the Belter, has...
Shooting me is not going to get you out of here.
Get me access to the car.
It's interesting that Naomi, the Belter, is the one with the attitude of like, we're gonna wait. We're gonna give him the time we said. And she's also the one who was the most attached to the kid. And so, like, despite being raised on the belt, she still has that value of life. Also, I have been informed that Amos is in fact from Earth, but he spent a long time in space. So Amos wasn't brought up in the belt in space, which I thought he was, but he was from Earth. Interesting. Amos is going against Naomi. Oh, never mind. Amos is not going against her.
I'm just gonna put this below.
Okay. Sure. This is a fascinating episode on people's responses to tense situations. Ooh. This is the first time Miller has gone full belter and kind of embraced that legacy. And he did it to start a firefight. Uh-oh. Oh, that was cold.
You had it coming. It's a long story.
They're doing great, guys. Peak of health.
What does rain taste like?
I never thought about it.
Could you ever leave a place like Earth?
Oh, I love that Miller
Everything I loved was dying.
is in the rain and Holden is dry. Didn't in the first episode he said about his hat, it keeps the rain off? I swear that's what he said. Because I heard that line and I was like, the hat thing is an important character thing. I'm pretty sure he said it keeps the rain off. And now he's essentially getting rained on. Whereas the Earther is completely dry. I've got a lot of thoughts at the moment. Something about Miller embracing his identity as a belter by hanging up his hat, which tied him to Earth, which labeled him as a traitor. You know, people were calling him Walwana or something like that, traitor, in episode 1, and he had the hat, which indicated he was an Earther, or he was trying to be like an Earther. And then he hung up the hat and came to Eros, kind of giving up on Earth because Earth gave up on him. And now he's on Eros, and he is using Belter language and using Belter culture and inspiring them to fight and to get into this big firefight. And now he's getting rained on in this with this fake rain that's just on his face because he doesn't have his hat anymore, and he's kind of becoming more what he was born as. I don't know if that's what they were going for, but the parallels and the imagery is fascinating to me, and I love what they're doing.
Anybody down there?
Oof.
It's beautiful.
You guys look like shit.
Holden's face. Oh.
Was this Intimidan? Yes. I shot him.
I like how Amos is so straightforward.
No. He wouldn't do that to us. Being in charge is a shit job. You can have it.
Son of a bitch. I can't get the clamps to release. Tried every code in the book.
Alex, deal with it.
This is why you need Kenzo. Just rip free. Named after gods. Although they tend to be Roman gods. Goodbye, potato. Oh, Kenzo's still there. That's fancy. That doesn't look good. It looks pretty though. Oh. What the heck? They're making ghosts? What the heck? Oh, what? What is that? Oh dear. Ah. Well. Well, there we go. That was season 1 of The Expanse. There's a lot to process. I've heard that the first book doesn't end until episode 4 or 5 of season 2. So that there's more stuff to be wrapped up before, I guess, that first arc is finished. I forgot to take notes. I was so ready to actually sit down and just start watching that I forgot to take any notes. But it was a very good episode, and I feel like it was less plot than characters. We kind of saw how the characters responded to situations. That was, we'd established these characters, and now we threw them in this tense, deadly situation and got to see a little bit how each of them responded. Namely, Holden, Miller, Amos, Naomi. Some interesting things in there. I think my favorite scene in that was the scene between Holden and Kenzo, because it kind of showed them that neither of them were at their best. Although I feel like for Kenzo, I don't think he was completely honest in any scene that we'd seen him in. So maybe that was just him being at his normal. But for Holden, he'd been through this stressful situation. He's shooting people. He's doing these things that he's never done before. He's been hanging out with Miller, who has no qualms about just ending a guy. So he's not in his best state of mind, which means he will make decisions that he wouldn't usually if he wasn't so afraid and, everything going on. I don't know if he made the right decision leaving Kenzo behind. Part of me feels like he did, because Kenzo is not trustworthy, but part of me is always for saving any lives. So, I don't know. What else? We saw Naomi, who, despite being raised on the belt, has got a very, she values life a lot, and she wants to save people. And I'm pretty sure she was part of the OPA. That is my running theory, that she used to be part of the OPA. Maybe she was raised in it? I don't know. She's looking for someone, we know that. I feel like out of all the characters, I want to know most about Naomi's past. We saw Amos is loyal, and despite agreeing with Semi, he killed him because he was going against Naomi. And Amos is loyal to Naomi, but he reminds me a little bit of Jane from Firefly, but with a loyal streak that Jane doesn't have. Like, I don't know, they're very, that they have similar character traits, Jane and Amos. But I think I like Amos more because he has that loyalty. But at the same time, and I think honesty. I think Amos has an honesty to him that he almost, he told Miller, like, I killed your friend. I shot him. Like, yeah, that was him. I shot him. It was just straight up, like, I shot him, No hiding it. No beating around the bush to save feelings or whatever. He knows where he stands with people, and he's very clear where he stands and what he does and what his perspective is. And that's really nice. It's like he's predictable in that he will be honest, he will shoot people. I don't know, I feel like I'm not articulating this well. But there's just this sincerity, honesty, I don't know, there's something about Amos that I really enjoy, despite, I guess unapologetic. He knows what he believes, and he knows what he stands for. I don't know. I'm really enjoying Amos. I think he's one of my favorite characters. Miller is definitely the most interesting at the moment. I'm wondering if his visions of Julia are more of a long-term thing or just a result of the radiation poison and the painkillers, or whatever they were using. Because if it's a more long-term thing, then there's something going on, and he's having a bit of a mental break, which doesn't surprise me. I feel like I had a lot of my thoughts on Miller in the episode. I think there's definitely something to be said about his headwear. You know, his hair kind of comes all messy and in his face. But when he had the hat, he was a lot more in control, and he looked a lot... he was presenting a lot better, whereas now maybe his appearance is reflecting more of what he feels mentally. I really love the conversation he had with Holden in the elevator, because throughout the show he'd kind of been pretending he wasn't Earther almost, which I think he kind of gave up a little bit when he hung his head up. But, you know, at that moment he's faced with Holden, who is an actual Earther, and he's faced with the realization that he's not an Earther at all. He's a Belter. And I think part of him has always wanted to be an Earther, so he identified as that. He had the hat. He used the language. He joined the cops, you know. He was doing all of the things to come across as an Earther, but he's not. Christiane is getting up to some shenanigans. She's doing sneaky stuff. Sneaky political stuff, which I always really enjoy. I forget the name of her boss, but he's absolutely got something to do with whatever conspiracy is going on. Because he was all buddy-buddy with Julie's father, and Julie's father was behind what happened on Eros. There's a conspiracy going on, and I, for one, cannot wait to watch Christiane uncover it. And I really enjoyed that she had a good relationship with her husband, and they were kind of in the loop and making decisions together. Kind of. I mean, she just told him to leave, but... You know, it's way more interesting to me if couples are working together as a team instead of one of them going off and doing the secret dangerous stuff while they're like, I can't tell my spouse because that will get them in danger. Like, no. You are married. You are a team. Act like it. I don't know, I found it a very fascinating exploration into the different responses to danger. For instance, like the one scruffy guy that they called him, that got left behind or killed because they suspected he was infected. Like, Belters would survive a zombie apocalypse. Or well, I mean, Naomi's a Belter, right? And she was like, what did you do? So, it's not Belters, it's just these particular people who are Belters. I feel like, you know, you will have people of all sorts no matter what situation they are grown up in. And you will have people changing their perspectives on things as they grow and experience different experiences and things in the world. Good season. I made it to the end of season 1. Only 5 more to go. I might take a break for a week because this past week was very busy and chaotic and I'm a little bit behind. So I may not post the start of season 2 for another week. Just a heads up, there may not be an episode next week. I do have some other videos in mind that I want to sit down and actually start working on, but I'm very bad at prioritizing my time. So we will see how that goes. I definitely want to make a video on, like, good person trope that I was talking about earlier in the episode. And I want to read books. I want to kind of figure out how to do book vlogs. So that will be something coming up as well. I want to do more on this channel than just reaction videos. Like, the reaction videos are a lot of fun, and I'm enjoying the show, and I'm enjoying editing it. But there's other stories I want to talk about, and there's like other tropes and things that make up stories that I want to talk about. So yeah, hopefully I will sit down and start working on those at some point. But yeah, week break. So no, I probably will watch it before, you know, at some point, but I just won't stress out about editing it and posting it up within the next week. I mean, I'm like 2 weeks behind at recording it at the moment anyway. I just posted episode 8 a couple days ago, and I haven't even touched episode 9 to start editing it. This week has just been crazy. Lots happened. It's been good though. Well, I think that will do it from me. I'm gonna head off. You guys head off as well. We'll see you in the next episode whenever that comes out. You guys head off, grab a drink, get a snack, go for a walk, go do something else, get off YouTube for a bit, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.